everyone, Coach Steph Shop here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's go back to doing Gunpla unboxing. This time with a kit from Gundam Build Divers Re, the Jupitive Gundam. Let's go! Alright, so the Jupitive Gundam is one of the most prominently featured mobile suits in that series. It's a great follow-up to the original Gundam Build Divers. This mobile suit is one of the many modular type of mobile suits that the protagonist Hiroto Kuga uses. So the Jupitive Gundam is a space-oriented mobile suit. So it's seen a lot of space combat scenes in that anime. And I love that series. I was happy with how the story turned out. It wasn't the usual build series that I thought it would be. It proved to become a Gundam series in itself. So I'm excited to build this one. I know it's gonna be a white and gray dominated model kit, so hopefully it's not gonna be that difficult since I've already built previously an Earthree Gundam. I'm sure that it is gonna be similar. And yeah, so I bought this kit from Toytown in Glorietta 4 in Makati. I was able to visit that mall 2 weeks ago, and I found out that Toytown, toy store there, had a huge sale of Gunpla, and one of the kits that were on sale there is this Jupitive Gundam. And I wanted to buy this one because it already has the core Gundam and the planet system inside this kit. Some of the kits of Hiroto Kuga's mobile suits different. You'll need two different kits for you to complete them. It's usually the core Gundam plus the planet system and a separate weapons kit. But for the Jupitive Gundam, you will be able to build the entire kit with just this single piece. So I think this is a good buy at 1,200 pesos. So I'll be doing this as part of my September Gunpla project. So join me as I unbox and review this kit. Let's go! So let's go over the box. At the front, it says Jupitive Gundam Hiroto's Mobile Suit HG1:144 Jupitive Gundam. The kit was made in Japan in 2020 and contains one set of the Jupitive Gundam. So there's the price. It's originally at 1,399.75 pesos. I only got this for 1,200. There's a QR code that proceeds to the Gundam Info YouTube channel and the playlist for the Gundam Build Divers Re. So it's this logo of the show, and this is the HG Build Divers R, standing for Re-Rise. Okay, the box art shows the planet system, the Jupiter armor, the core Gundam, and when combined, it becomes the Jupitive Gundam. Right. At the sides, it's a cropped version of the box art at the front. Same goes on the other side. This portion shows the rear view and the front view of the Jupitive Gundam. Sorry for the glare. Alright, so it says here as a description, the Jupitive Gundam is a space-type Gunpla created through Hiroto's planet system, where the Jupiter armor and core Gundam dock together. It is mainly custom built to enhance mobility and attack power in space combat, and its multi-container bits that function as additional thrusters as well as weapons are equipment that especially represents the concept of the Gunpla. The Jupitive Gundam has a white color scheme and races through battlefields in space. Alright, so this was a mobile suit specialized for space combat. Alright. Okay. Other Japanese information. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Right. Alright, on this section of the box, shows actions. It shows again photos of the Jupiter armor, the core Gundam, and when combined, the Jupitive Gundam. action poses with the bits, so there's clear parts. And this one is when it's combined with Mars 4 weapons, core Gundam of the Mars 4, and core Gundam of V2. So this is for customization. Alright. Okay. Let's proceed with unboxing. Tapes are out of the way. Alright. So how many sets of plastic? Okay. There are 4 sets of plastic. First one has the multicolor runner with white, yellow, red, and clear green parts. Another runner full of black parts. There's a sticker sheet. Alright, that's number 1. Second one has black, white, and blue runners. Blue probably for the action base that comes with the kit. Nice. Third one's quite small, white and black. And the last plastic has the beam effect parts, beam saver effect parts, and the poly cap. Contents is the instruction manual. Okay, full color. Alright, it's a standard instruction manual, black and white mostly, and for the gimmicks portion it's colored. Alright, so let's begin the September Gunpla project, Jupitive Gundam. Let's go! Alright, so let me show you guys everything that comes with the kit upon its completion. So there's the core Gundam. It's placed atop the free action base. It's clear blue. There's the Jupiter armor in white and black, also with its mini stand. And there's a number of accessories that comes with the kit. There's 2 beam saber effect parts that are short. There's the standard long ones, 2 pieces as well. In the Jupiter armor, there's the beam Gatling gun extension portion, which can be attached to this spray gun, which the core Gundam utilizes. There's also the shield that can also be extended. These 2 clear pink parts are part of the multi-container bit. These serve as beam blades that can be attached to them. And what I like mostly about the accessories is this pair of pink clear parts which resembles beam shields. These can also be placed and attached to the multi-container bit. White small thing is a weapon attachment point so that you can customize your Jupitive Gundam. So that's it for all the contents of the kit. Let's contrast the core Gundam of the Jupitive Gundam with the Earthree Gundam. This was my first kit from the Gundam Build Divers Re line. If you look closely, the yellow portions of the core Gundam of the Jupitive differs from the similar portions in the Earthree. So the Earthree has more of an orange color to it. The chest piece, the clear part, is much more greener compared to the Earthree's chest piece. I guess that's just more of the differences. I think the body portion and the front skirt, I think it's more of a pinkish for the Jupitive one, whereas in the Earthree it's a bright red variant. Okay, so let's go over the articulation of the core Gundam. The head can tilt down. It's quite a deep tilt. Upwards, not so much. It can spin a full 360 without falling apart. The arms can move upwards, higher than shoulder level. So that's a good thing. It can go a full 360 from the shoulder joint. So the arms and the shoulders are quite mobile. It can do elbow joint bend up to only a 90-degree, and for the forearms it can go additional 45 degrees. The hands can spin a full 360. That's good. The shoulders can move forward and backward with this probably a 90-degree. There's a joint here that allows the whole arm to spin a full 360. Can it do splits? Not full splits. There's the limitation on the legs, so that's not so good. Okay. It can do a forward kick as high as waist level. Backwards, it can go as high as waist level as well. It can't do a Muay Thai knee strike because there's no such thing as a knee here. Okay. The feet can do flexion. Alright, it's also integral in the gimmick. And this joint allows for further movement. Okay, I found the knee. Alright, okay. Scratch that. It can do a Muay Thai knee strike, but only up to the waist level, so it's not high. It's also being blocked by the front skirt. The front skirt is not movable at all. There's no back skirt. At the backpack, there's a portion that can move upwards and downwards. And this also serves as the handle for the beam saber. This white portion allows the core Gundam to have additional weapons on its back. Okay. Core Gundam can also do a lunge. The core Gundam's main weapons include the spray gun, the shield, which can be used with the manipulators, or can be stored at the back of the mobile suit using this movable peg. This peg can be attached here, like so. These white portions will serve as the handles for the beam saber. So for the core Gundam, it only has a short beam saber effect. And this is how the Jupiter armor looks. So the armor consists of only white and black parts. So it's quite a simple coloring scheme, and color separation is evident with the contrast. So the weapons are placed on the side, on the top, and on the front, at the front of the armor. So as it is, it actually looks awesome. It does look like a beef up fighter jet. So let's now proceed to the most fun part of this review. We're going to combine the core Gundam with the Jupiter armor, resulting in the Jupitive Gundam. So let's go! Okay, so this is the Jupitive Gundam upon completion of the combining of the core Gundam with the Jupiter armor. First impressions is that it looks slender, both on the upper portions as well as the legs. It's predominantly white in color, but the pinkish red, yellow, and the clear green parts pop out. It actually looks tall. It's probably because of the frame, and the spikes and the protrusions give it a much more size appearance, rather a bigger size appearance. The Gundam can also stand on its own even without an action base, despite having a backpack. Alright, so let's go over the articulation of the Jupitive Gundam. The head can go forwards and backwards. It can move a full 360. Just be careful not to disengage the V-fins. Yeah. So you can do a full rotation. You can also do a left and right nod. The arms can go up sideways, but it's quite limited when the forearm guns are installed. It can also go forwards straight and go upwards like this. However, when the backpack is there, you can't do a full rotation. Those can do an upward motion as well. The manipulators can do a full rotation. The shoulders can do a forward and backward motion. Can still rotate a full 360. The front skirt can move as high as this up. Although you have to be careful not to disengage this portion. It's quite become a problem for me. Skirt is horrible. It can only do this much. Do splits, not the full one, but I guess this can do. And lifting the front skirt, it can do a forward kick 90 degrees. Because of the back skirt's immobility, you can't do a full reverse kick. The knees can do a Muay Thai up to this angle only, so it's quite limited actually. The feet can move up to this, so quite a flexion, but it can't do a forward one. It snaps, so be careful. For the manifer bits that can be attached to the forearm, it can do certain motions, although it's limited. The portions where the beam saber handles can be disengaged can still move, but now it's limited because of the full backpack. The backpack itself is quite mobile. It can move to the left and to the right with ease, and these portions can actually rotate a full 360 like this. This will be useful when you'll have to use the beam effects. It can also move forward like this, where the beam saber effects will be attached. Manifer bits has this gimmick wherein you can remove them from the forearms and place them on this portion of the shoulder. Same goes for the other one. And now it has a shoulder gun, and it can rotate a full, no, it's not really a full, but it can go from forward to backwards. Same goes for the other one. For the beam Gatling gun, you'll still use the spray gun from the core Gundam and attach this to this bigger portion, making it a more massive weapon. this handle can then just be simply inserted into the manipulator. And now it looks more menacing. Gundam's melee weapons, you'll have to remove these handles from the back of the mobile suit. There are two pieces. Oh, just be careful not to remove the full portion. Alright, return this back. And then use this longer beam saber effect parts for the beam saber of the Jupitive Gundam. So there are two pieces that are included in this kit. And for you to use them, you just simply place them onto the hands of the Jupitive Gundam. Just be careful with these grips. They can come off quite easily. So now that is how it looks like on its hands on a dual beam saber pose. Container bits can be disengaged from the backpack, both ones. Just twist them off. Alright, and then you'll have to move this portion forward. Same goes with the other one. And then place the beam shield effects. Slide them towards the multi-container bits. Like this. Ta-da! Alright, so now you have the multi-container bits turning into defensive armaments. But you can also use them for offensive options. There's these beam effects that are protruding, and you insert them like this. Okay, same goes with the other one. So now you have defensive and offensive options for your multi-container bits. Container bits can be attached to the forearm as well, similar to this one. So you just simply snap them on, like so. You'll just need to attach this towards this slot. And voila! You now have the multi-container bits on the arms of the... Oh, just be careful on this. It can be quite heavy for the arms of the Jupitive Gundam. So now, they're attached to the arms of the Jupitive Gundam. The gimmick that the multi-container bits can do is that they can be attached to an action base. So there's a free action base again, and there's a slot for it so that you can replicate doing a beam shield effect to protect the Jupitive Gundam, like this. So when you place the Jupitive Gundam beside the Earthree Gundam, you'll instantly notice that it's taller and it's beefier. So I attribute it to the leg portions as well as the shoulder portions. They're much more massive. So this is probably going to be the pose that I will do with this Jupitive Gundam when I place it on my display cabinet. And my final thoughts about the kit, well, it has lots of gimmicks and you'll have lots of playing time with it. You'll be able to do different poses. You'll be able to perform a lot of gimmicks, especially with the multi-container bits as well as the manifer bits. The beam effects are really awesome. It pops out nicely in contrast with the simple white colorway of this Gundam. However, I feel that a lot of its parts are quite fragile and they may disengage at the snap of a finger. So you really have to be careful when modifying the poses, as well as the action gimmicks of this kit. So would I recommend it? Yes, especially if you're a big fan of Hiroto Kuga and his modular system, the planet system. I like the color scheme, I like the gimmicks, I just really don't like the fragile build to it. Does it do justice to the anime appearance of the Jupitive Gundam? I strongly say yes. So it really does look like how it appeared in the Gundam Build Divers Re anime. So that's it for my review of the Jupitive Gundam. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you have any comments, any suggestions, and any opinions about the kit, as well as how I review it, feel free to use the comment section, leave a like, and if it's not too much of a hassle, maybe you can subscribe to my YouTube channel to help me grow this project of mine. So that's it. Please take care. God bless. Peace. And see you in the next video. Bye!